Thank you, Coach. Welcome to the post-match press conference. Just your summary of the 90 minutes plus.
Yeah, good evening to members of the media. I don't like the 90 minutes. I think for a game of football you need 3 good teams. And I think there were 3 teams that were below par today. Of course, one of them being mine. And when my team is, as the coach, when my team is not playing well and hasn't played well, I am the first, of course, that needs to be accountable for that. And I don't think that was a good game of football, in my opinion. I think far too many off-the-ball incidents, far too many elbows and yeah. And I don't think the referees had control of the game either. So yeah, I don't talk about the referees. So the least I say, the better. But it's not a game of football that I like at all.
Questions from Paul, Lorenz, Shazi, Pasha.
Coach, they want to talk about the referees, but we can talk about your own players. Lodge, Matthias get their debuts. How have you been impressed, or have you been impressed with them for the time you've had in training and obviously seeing them out on the pitch in a very competitive way?
Yeah, yeah, we can all do better, starting with the coach, and of course even with the new signings, they can do better, and it's difficult. I know and I understand. Of course, also with Lodge, the pressure, the talks, his former club, and all the other things also don't help, for him. And Matthias still needs to adapt to the league, the intensity, the way we want to play. So that's difficult for him, and also the language doesn't make it even easier. But okay, we can all get better, and we can all improve, and that is the first person to improve is me. That's number one.
Coach, I guess it's understandable from a coaching perspective to sort of say you don't like the too many handbags, which takes the shine away from the football. But somebody can also say that maybe it points to the rivalry that exists between these two teams, and maybe isn't it good for football that Sundowns and Pirates have got this big rivalry? They don't like each other.
As long as they play on the pitch, as long as that is sorted out on the pitch with football, I don't have a problem with rivalries. I think rivalries are good. I think rivalries are good for South African football. You find them all over the world, but they must be, I don't think we want to get to a scenario where we had in the El Clasico a few years ago, where for 90 minutes you don't watch football and it's just handbags the whole 90 minutes. And I don't think I want to be part of that. So I know I don't want to be part of that. But okay, let's see how it goes, and maybe it's a once-off, but the least I say, the better.
Good evening, Coach.
Sure, Karol.
Coach, normally Sipho Mpule, when he does come on, when he clicks, the team then takes. I think that's what we saw from time to time today. How far is he from starting a football match consistently for Sundowns? Because I think he's that type of casted type of player.
No, he's a good player, Sipho, but they're all good players. But today, I think, yeah, we can all do better, as I say. I don't criticize my players in public. I will never do that. But I can say to you holistically, and starting again, as I say, with the coach, I'm very self-critical, and I'm not happy with my work. I'm very, very unhappy with the personality of the team today, and maybe it's my energy, maybe it's my and I have to look at myself first in the mirror. Maybe I'm not doing enough to motivate the players. I'm not doing enough at training to prepare the players. So I've got to start them.
It's a point that we'll move to the back.
Coach, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Talk to us about where Peter is mentally. Didn't have a great AFCON. Struggled a bit before AFCON as well. Today missed a couple of chances. And just your decision to start Divine. Please take us through that as well.
Yeah, if there is some form of silver lining in the dark cloud, it can be Divine. I think Divine was good today. It's difficult to play against a front three that's got not just speed and physicality, but also has very little defensive responsibilities, like Saleng doesn't track back, water. Sorry. Bayavuma. The football gods agree with me. No, I think there was one or two very good individual performances, and Divine's performance was one of those. Stable, zero mistakes, but okay, a little bit difficult on the build-up, but that will come with a bit more understanding when he understands what to do in certain schemes. Peter, where is he mentally? Peter is Peter. You know, I was reading something that Thomas Tuchel said the other day, and I could relate to it. And of course, and Thomas Tuchel said something like, when the team wins and Harry Kane doesn't score, there is that level of unhappiness from Harry Kane, even though he's happy that the team has won, and he congratulates and he walks around, of course, with a good spirit, but that level of selfishness of knowing that I've got to score and contribute to the success of the team is a quality that top strikers have, and I think that's something that Peter has, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself to score and to help the team to win, and his performances in AFCON and not scoring in the AFCON, you can see he's carrying it a little bit, but okay, he will overcome that, because all very good strikers have very good moments, and they have moments where they are not so good. But what I like about Peter is that his overall game contribution is very, very good. He still presses, he still makes the movements, he still assists us with a lot of other things from an offensive and a defensive perspective. And so that's all you ask of the players to do.
Coach, Kabo for Sokaladum. I just wanted to find out what is the situation regarding Nasir, because he wasn't included in the matchday squad today. Yeah. No, Nasir is. I think the club will make an announcement, but Nasir has got a very, very difficult injury, a very complicated injury that he sustained in the Pirates game against in the duel with Mponchane, and he hasn't recovered, and he's really, really struggling to recover. Which is a bit unfortunate because you know, when you use the term career threatening, that type of situation with Nasir is really, really career threatening, and he needs all the support and that we can give him. Of course, he's at a good club that looks after its players, and so he's in the right place, and hopefully we'll see him back sooner rather than later.
Katla was kept Mazola then.
Okay, Coach, with Nasir, like you say, has it been deregistered? That's something that we've read. And also, what left you most unimpressed about your team now? Forget about the other two components.
Yeah, the Nasir one, I think the club will make an announcement. That one is moved off my table, so it's more for the club to deal with. And I think a lot of you have direct contact. I see a lot of the sources in the club say. So maybe it's just to make a call to the sources at the club to get a little bit more of a better answer. But I'm not in that position to give an answer on that. What left me? Yeah, no, I don't like the personality. I can't relate to it. You know, I don't like. Not enough passes, not enough intensity, not aggressive enough in the duels. Yeah, no, not. I just couldn't relate with the personality of the team today, and I told them at halftime, and it was a little bit better in the second half. Yeah, I just didn't like the personality of the team.
Thank you.
Kens, and then after that we'll take 2 last questions.
Thanks, Rubes. Evening, Coach.
Sure, Kens.
You mentioned now that you didn't like the personality of the team, but is it frustrating or maybe a bit flattering to see a big team come and play? Not really play, but there were so many moments where it seemed that if there's one team that's cramping, even though there's 2 teams on the field, and all the time wasting tactics. Is that frustrating, or is it maybe flattering to you to say a big team like Pirates doesn't want to take chances and they're happy with the draw?
Oh, well, I don't know. But like I said to you, I think you need 3 good teams to have a good football match. And I didn't get the feeling that there were 3 good teams on the pitch today. It's just I just didn't get that feeling. And as I say, one of them being my team, so overly critical about my contribution towards that. And I can't talk about the opposition, I can't talk about referees. So, but my feeling is that we didn't have 3 good teams on the pitch today.
Coach, I think the first 30 minutes, you guys lost a lot of possession, unforced, giving the ball away. Does that speak to how important the players that were missing are? Because it's like a general consensus amongst the public and the fans that you can play anyone and still be as good as you usually are. But I mean, those big players, Tebza, Kekana, Mbala, Modiba, who is very important, and obviously you guys didn't reach your usual standards with them not being there.
Yeah, but that's not an excuse. We can't keep relying on that, to say, oh, when we rotate, we drop points, oh, and we don't play well. There's no time. In big football clubs, there's no time for that. I'm still at Sundowns because we've been winning. It's my 4th season now. We've won 3 league titles in a row. We've won the Nedbank, we've won the MTN8, we've won the AFL in those 3 years. So we have to do and continue to win. And that's the job of a coach at a big club. Is you have to continue to win, or you will be out. Is we have to win games, and with those type of performances today, regardless of whoever is playing, we have to do better. And that's my feeling about the performance today. We have to do better, and me as the coach, I have to do better.
Coach, just to follow up on Lorenzo's question, you say the team wasn't good today. Is it a case or a situation where the ones who were playing today did not fully take the opportunity to raise their hands because there are some who are missing?
No, I don't want to go there, because if I go there, then I always say to you guys, I will never do that to my players. No chance. But I have to be honest also, because now I come here and I say, what a good performance, and people think, but what is this coach smoking, And so I have to be honest, but also there is validity in the sense of saying there's rotations. It's the first game after a long break, and all these things. Okay, they contribute to that, but we still have to show passion. We still have to show intensity. We still have to show desire, even if we're missing a bit of cohesion and all of that. And I didn't feel that today. I didn't feel that.
Okay, we'll have the last question from Temba.
Thanks for the water, Coach.
You're welcome, sir.
Coach, I'm looking at this, sadness that's been within this room, either from Pirates or Sundowns, within the stadium itself. But the beauty of it is that the fans came out, especially the Yellow Nation. I think that puts a bright spark on the environment. But it was a bunch of nerves as well, even on the stands. The magnitude of this game, how big is this game in your calendar, if you look at it, let's leave out the Soweto Derby, that the fans, even it's playing at night at 8 o'clock, I mean it's almost midnight now, we're still here. The magnitude of this game, what does it say to you on your calendar?
Well, I can only hope that this becomes a regular occurrence, because I think South African football needs this. I think South African football needs a lot more bums on the seats to improve the product. I think that is really, really something that we need to get right. And big compliments to the supporters, both from Sundowns and from Pirates, that turned up for a category A game at 8 o'clock, which is not easy. And also the media turn up is complimented also, because I mean I see a lot of very familiar faces, and it's good that some of the guys that were in Ivory Coast, you know, could easily say, but I need a bit of a break from football and all these things, but they're here and still serving the game. So it's good. It's good to see that.
The prices we pay for food there, we need to.
We need them funded. We need to make it back.
Oh, no, I didn't know. Unfortunately, I didn't travel to Ivory Coast, so I don't know the level of expenditure you went through. But it's good. It's part of the price you pay for the love of the game, and also I must make a special mention to the Yellow Nation, because I thought the turnout from the Yellow Nation was amazing. We dominated the supporters. We were out in numbers, and it's the only disappointment is that we don't leave with 3 points to give them a very good feeling and compliment their turnout, you know. But big compliments and huge kudos to the Yellow Nation, and it's a bit unfortunate that we disappointed them, and we will make sure that we try to not make it a regular occurrence.